The limited company does come up again and again, and it is a bit daunting if you've never set up a limited company. Once you've done it, you're like, oh, what was the fuss? But you know, it's like anything, until you've done it, you haven't done it. So let's tackle it, shall we? I got a question. Do you need to set up a limited company? Do you need to have different separated parts within the limited company for the different parts in your property? Well, you can't really, unless you... let's stay basic on this one, and I don't mean that rudely. You can't really set up a limited company with different parts. A limited company limits the liability. So let's say the tea in this teacup. The teacup is encapsulated by the tea. Is encapsulated by the teacup, and so the tea is limited to staying within this cup. There we are. I knew I'd get property and tea together at one point, and therefore the tea won't spill out. Unless I tip it, but the tea won't spill out of this cup. So the tea is limited to this cup. Slurp. So if you are wanting to limit your liability for certain activities, you want to put a teacup around it, a limited company. But if you have got different services that you might want to limit liability from each other, so you might want to be doing owning property in your limited company, because these days, because of this tax section 24, that's important. And you might want to be flipping yourself. First one, capital gains growth, get it in your personal name, next in limited companies. And you might want to be deal packaging, and maybe you want to be joint venturing. You might choose some of that menu. But you don't want that to impact on your portfolio, which is over here, which is limited within its circle, yeah, or its teacup. So you set up a limited company here for your personal properties, and then you set up a separate limited company for your different trading accounts. I mean, you might do, I don't agree with, it's not that I don't agree with, I don't think rent to rent is hugely beneficial to you, but you might want to do rent to rent. You may decide to set up a letting agency. Those to me are kind of replacement day jobs rather than asset ownership. On the rich dad, poor dad quadrant, you know, employed, self-employed, business owner, and then asset owner. And really for financial freedom, we're working our way through that graph, aren't we? From employed, self-employed, business owner to asset owner. And it's really asset owner that's the financially free one. So if that's your goal, maybe don't replace some of your day job with service activity that is just another job. So the answer is very simply, you can't do divisions really within your, well, you can, but let's keep it simple. It is better not to do divisions really within your own limited company. Have one limited company for one set of activities over here, lettings, have another limited company over here for, say, deal packaging, and a third limited company over here for, say, joint venture flipping. And then the liabilities aren't able to bleed into each other. So each one stands on its own, separately and securely, as an activity limited by liability, a bit like the tea in this teacup. There you go, tea and property. Setting up one is actually really easy. I've never done it myself. I just get my accountant to do it, and it's 65 quid. I mean, your accountant may be like 5, 10, 15 quid different, but you know, your accountant does all that stuff. That's why you got a team. Yeah, they're expert at that. You're going to be expert at property. Good luck with your multiple limited companies for your different trading activities. Guys, I've written loads of free checklists for you. Here is another one over there. It is how to analyze your property portfolio. Do what the big guys do, and girls. Download it now. Figure out how to analyze your property portfolio.